Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Duke of Italy, your favorite lo-fi music YouTuber, and welcome back to another review.
What?
It's your dad's birthday, idiot.
So?
So? You haven't gotten him a gift or anything. You need to do a review.
Well, all he listens to is Boomer Rock.
Okay, well, figure it out. It's not my problem. You're a terrible son.
Bruh. Oh my god. Guys, I don't know if I could do it. I can't. If I cover Bon Jovi, it's gonna kill me. If I cover AC/DC, I might have a stroke. What do I do? Oh, yo. Yeah, I could probably make this work. Okay, guys, if you know me, there is one band that is a boomer rock band that I like, and it's Rush. And thank goodness, because my dad likes Rush too. So today we're covering the amazing, the fantastic, the classic, Moving Pictures. So Moving Pictures is Rush's 1981 album, which is probably their most popular album, and for a good reason. It is loaded to the brim with hits. But first of all, who are Rush? Rush might just be one of the greatest power trios in rock music history. You have Geddy Lee on vocals, bass, and synths, Alex Lifeson on guitar, and Neil Peart on drums. With Neil Peart's passing earlier this year, I gotta say rest in peace, but he had a loaded career with some of the best drumming anyone has ever done. Personally, he's easily in my top 5 drummers in history. Just absolutely phenomenal in everything he does. And with Rush, after their amazing streak of albums, starting with 2112, moving on to Farewell to Kings, Hemispheres, and then Permanent Waves, there was no way they could top it, but they certainly kept the train going. So in the 80s, Geddy Lee had a particular affinity for the synthesizer, and it shows on this album. Somehow, for being an album that doesn't cover any space, it sounds the most like it should be in space. And nothing depicts this more than the opening track, Tom Sawyer. Now, Tom Sawyer is a classic. If you know the song, you love the song. This song is absolutely incredible. That synth opener is godly. Everything about that just instantly throws you into the mix. And you've got Peart riding that hi-hat for pretty much the main groove of the song, and it grips you just instantly. Geddy Lee has a super rumbly bass tone. Man, it's fantastic. On this song, there's a perfect balance of instrumentals. Sometimes the guitar is the highlight, sometimes the bass is the highlight, and sometimes the drums are the highlight. And the synth goes pretty much the entire time, pretty much forming the backing. When the guitar solo runs around, first of all, it's already amazing, but the bass sort of solos underneath it in a way, and it just builds and builds and builds until a peak. And what is at this peak? Then Neil Peart's one of his best drum solos ever. Neil Peart here has the chops. Absolutely phenomenal chops. If you don't know this drum solo pretty much by heart, I don't know what you're doing as a drummer. If you guys know Neil Peart's drum kit, that thing is absolutely humongous, but he overcomes it, which just shows how incredibly skilled this guy is. And then after his solo, of course, the song keeps going for a little bit longer, and then it's done. Instant classic song there. One of the best. The next track is Red Barchetta, or Barchetta. There's a lot of discourse on what you call this song. Now, this song opens with harmonics played on the bass, and if you've ever played bass, harmonics are not the easiest thing, and especially not the easiest thing to just layer in like that, which just goes to show the actual skill of Geddy right now. The synths are phenomenal yet again, but who's surprised? And Peart's flexing yet again with his drumming. And I don't know if Peart has a double kick on this song. I don't know if he ever used a double kick. I'm pretty sure he's familiar with just a single, but he will crank that tempo up when he needs to. It's sparing, but when it comes in like thunder. The mechanical music sort of interlude on this song is probably the proggiest part of the whole album, and it's pretty awesome. It builds really well. And it kind of calls back to the breakdown on Farewell to Kings. If I could call this song anything, it is perfectly balanced. And the whole theme sort of about a car. It sounds like a car. Awesome stuff. The song is followed by the instrumental track YYZ. With one of the most iconic openings in prog history, you've got that hi-hat or the little cymbal getting just rode by Neil Peart, and then that super hard breakdown. This is followed by pretty much every member just absolutely flexing on the intro, and then the groove kicks in and so energetic. And I gotta say, as much as I love the bass tone before, it comes really into its own here, sounding almost kind of electric and bouncy. I don't know if he was using a wah pedal or something, but it is amazing. The bass solos on this track are off the wall insane. Even Alex comes in with one of the best solos of his career right here, and I think there's even a tapping part. And the synths on this track are an awesome transition. The track that follows this is a little more subtle in the terms of skill of the members. It's Limelight. And if any song on this album was vocally led, it would be Limelight. It certainly shows an interesting dichotomy between the rest of the tracks, and it's a really good blend of the more proggy instrumentals with the more pop rockish vocal parts. And this song hooks you in so well. If you don't want to sing along the Limelight, you're a loser. When the bridge comes in and it's all instrumental, the guitar and the bass just ride over each other so well. Absolutely phenomenal. This is followed by the 10-minute track The Camera Eye, which starts off with this really slow burning build of just synths. And then around 3 minutes, the instrumentals all fill in, and the time it took to just build to this point is very satisfying. And on this track, I love how incredibly complex the bass line is while still keeping the rhythm. It's just dancing along the frets, and it just keeps it going. It has a ton of momentum behind it. And around 7 minutes in, the instrumentation gets somehow even more interesting. And I think the guitar solos here are, again, amazing. And the song just kind of rounds off to this amazing send-off. After this is the track Witch Hunt. And I gotta say, if you listen to this loud enough on stereo, the opening will actually induce a bit of dread into you, which I don't think Rush has ever tried anything that dark. And I like how the drums are given a little more subtle feel to this one. It's still incredibly skillful, but it's not constantly off the wall just doing these crazy solos, but it's still shown to be quite effective. The part where Getty sings the O that just sends off with the whole empty spacey part, really awesome. Probably one of my favorite parts of the song. And I think this is a perfect example of what Rush can do with a slower track, and it's easily one of their best, more slow pieces. And as great as this song is, it even leads into the next track amazingly. Vital Signs. I think Vital Signs was voted the 27th best Rush song, and it's not really hard to see why. The song's a banger. The intro is packed with energy. The synths riding over the bass is an incredible combo. Now, I heard the song was kind of influenced by reggae, but it's given so much more. It's just showing how subtly Rush can fill in their instrumentation underneath with just these crazy drum licks and just the crazy extra bass parts that is almost unnecessary, but it just fills in and really elevates their music to another level. This track sends you off really well with an amazing bass outro, and the energy just keeps cranking on and on. And of course, Peart leads you out with the amazing off-the-wall drumming yet again. So before I give my final thoughts on this album, I'm gonna have my friend Bridget say what they think about it.
It's good.
Thanks, Bridget. Love having you on the show. So the flaws on this album are incredibly minimal, and if you say there are any, they're true nitpicks. The only thing of real note is maybe there's a bit of cheese on the lyrics of Vital Signs, but if you lean into it just a little bit, you're gonna have a perfect listening experience. Anyway, you heard me explain everything here. Every member is phenomenal. This thing is groovy, a ton of energy. Not a single song lags behind for even a second. Everything here is crushing. Getty has the chops the entire time. Neil Peart just absolutely destroys his drum set on this thing. Just incredible stuff. This album is amazing, and it shows that Rush just wouldn't stop pretty much until they were done. I am honestly feeling an almost as good as Dial It on this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. This thing is amazing. If you haven't listened to this album by now, you are missing out, especially on Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer, easily one of the best Rush tracks, easily one of the best tracks of all time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Dad, happy birthday. Hope you guys are all doing well back home and anywhere else. And if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, go ahead and comment down below or DM me on social media. I would love to talk to you guys. Communication is key on this channel, and just talking to you guys pretty much makes my day better. If you guys could like and subscribe, I appreciate that a lot. It helps me a ton, and subscribing is completely free. Anyway, that's about it. Hope you guys have a good day.